Hello friends, welcome to channel 686. News. TV. If you haven't subscribed yet, press the subscribe button right now. The information is taken from open media sources. Today, I will share first news that I found on the internet. Take a comfortable seat, let's begin.
4 criminal cases against Trump? Yes, you heard right. The former president is now the focus of legal cases that could upend his entire political career. Let's look at what's what. Donald Trump is facing charges in 4 different cases, and this is no joke. These cases are taking place in New York, Miami, D.C. and Atlanta, so Trump is defy nightly not bored. Despite the fact that he is now the Republican Party's favorite in the 2024 elections, Trump denies all accusations and is ready to fight to the end. His lawyers are already ready to maneuver to drag out the trials as long as possible and, perhaps, return him to the White House. Interesting fact. If Trump becomes president again, he may try to pardon himself or otherwise influence court cases. Yes, he has such an opportunity. After all, even if he is convicted before the elections, he can still rule the country, perhaps even from prison. However, not everything is as rosy as it seems. If Trump is found guilty, it could harm his chances of returning to the White House. Many Republicans and independents would not support him if he were found guilty of serious crimes, according to a Reuters Ipsos poll. This is the news, friends. Stay tuned. This is just the beginning. Hey people, let's talk about the hottest news of the day, the allegations against former President Trump. Hush money. Yeah, you heard right. On March 30, 2023, a real storm began. Trump was indicted for pumping money into his former lawyer to hush up the scandal with porn star Stormy Daniels. It turns out that she was silent about their relationship, which supposedly existed before his presidency. And that is not all. Trump is charged with 34 counts of falsifying business records in connection with payments made as part of a devious catch and kill plan during his 2016 presidential campaign. So here he is, the first former president to be charged with a crime. And even before the Manhattan Criminal Court, to which Judge Merchant says that the proceedings could drag on for as long as 6 weeks. And here is the most interesting thing. Each charge threatens Trump with up to 4 years behind bars. No, he is not subject to pardon by the president, so there are no options. There is no trial date yet. Hey people, let's get to the bottom of this scandalous case involving a former president facing a second indictment based on secret documents. On June 9, a jury accused him of keeping classified information after the end of his presidency, displaying that information illegally and planning to hide materials from officials. Trump appeared in court on June 13, and new charges emerged in July. The case is being prosecuted by a special prosecutor from the Justice Department and is being supervised by a district judge. But here's the catch. Disputes between the parties delayed the start of the trial, which was supposed to take place on May 20. The judge has not set a start date for the trial and is considering motions from the Trump team to dismiss the case. Experts note that the judge appointed by Trump has ruled in his favor, but not all of them stand on appeal. The indictment contains 7 counts of 38 felonies against Trump and his associates, most of them against Trump himself. Their list includes concealment of information about national defense, collusion, corruption, and false testimony. Additional charges include another count of national security and 2 counts of obstruction of justice. The trial is being held in Florida District Court, but a start date has not yet been set. Each crime carries a fine of up to $250,000 and a prison sentence of 5 to 20 years. All charges can be pardoned by the president. Documents and evidence will be key in this noisy case. Hey, people, the third indictment against former President Trump in the 2020 election case. The federal grand jury is not kidding, the charges are flying like a machine gun. Prosecutors say Trump tried to overturn the election results and undermine the country's democracy. Yes, it's a serious story. And now on August 3 in Washington, D.C., the case is already being investigated. Judge Tanya Chutkan is not joking. She set the start date of the trial for March 4, but then suspended the process until the issue of presidential immunity was resolved. The Court of Appeal is also on board. It overturned Trump's right to it. The case has now reached the Supreme Court, which has scheduled a hearing for April. What awaits the former president if he is found guilty? Yes, here you can even spend 15 years behind bars. And this is just the beginning. The documents collected against Trump are impressive, from the indictment to court decisions. Only the current president can pardon him. Grab your popcorn, folks, this trial is going to be hot. This, friends, just blows your mind. The fourth indictment against Trump is just a bomb. And guess what? A grand jury indicted him and his henchmen for organizing a massive criminal enterprise to overturn the election results in Georgia. It's just something. The former president is about to go on trial in Atlanta, and it will be something incredible. Trump's lawyers pleaded guilty and even reached an agreement with prosecutors. But it's interesting that the trial date is still not determined due to some personal romantic relationship. It's just a mystery. Of the 41 charges brought against the 19 defendants, Trump faces as many as 13 charges, including violating the Racketeering Act and conspiracy to commit forgery. This is simply incredible, and while some of the charges were dismissed, Trump still faces 10 charges. This is just hell, and all this is happening in the state of Georgia, in the Fulton County Superior Court. Friends, this is just something. Punishment for these crimes can reach up to 20 years in prison. And they will not receive a pardon from the president. It's just shocking. So let's keep an eye on this case because it's just mind-blowing.
If you found it interesting, like, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments section. Goodbye until we meet again.